Well, hey there and welcome back for another Secondhand Opinions video. I'm Jason Alderman, the internet's favorite fat mouth, fat ass brain, your fat stacks of fuck facts. Today I want to talk to you a little bit about how a trend I'm seeing is popping up on people's awarenesses, and if you're paying attention, you'll see it in the news feed and put it together. We've got an awful lot of riots, 30-some dead people. We got 17-year-olds out there defending themselves with rifles. People dying across the nation, and it's pretty freaking disgusting, pretty wicked, pretty evil. So, George Floyd kind of kicked all this off. It sure looks like what the end result is going to be is that George Floyd was pulled over while in possession of a gross amount of fentanyl, and instead of going to jail and dealing with that situation, likely he had other situations that would compound the problem for himself. He gutted it. He swallowed it. Coroner's report said that he had 11 nanograms of fentanyl in his system, and 3 would kill you or me. Think about that. He had 3, almost 4 times the amount of lethal dose of super heroin in his system. He was freaking out with the cops because at first he knew what had happened, and he decided that he was going to try and write it out, and then he knew he wasn't gonna. And if you watch the video clips, he even says he's gonna die. He says he can't breathe before he ever gets into the car, let alone on the ground. He asks the cops to hold him on the ground. What I'm getting at was George Floyd was no angel. Fuck, George Floyd was kind of a wicked piece of shit, and he killed himself, and they rioted. Rayshard Brooks, drunk driving up to the Wendy's, gets himself in trouble with the officers, decides to resist arrest and fight with the officers, beats them up, steals a taser gun, tries to flee, tries to shoot a police officer in the face. More riots, more deaths. 8-year-old little girl gets shot and killed. My point is, Rayshard Brooks was a piece of shit. Jacob Blake is not a good man. The cops showed up to a violent situation, were informed en route that he had a warrant for sexual assault crime and had priors for violence with police officers. Now their police chief, I think, I have to look it up. I haven't read the story, just heard rumors of it, but my source I trust. I think it was Tim Pool. So, no, maybe it was. Let me rephrase that. It might have been Styx Hexenhammer's video first thing this morning, where he was talking about all this stuff that he read from a not credible news source. He pulled that video down, made a retraction in a later video, not trashing Styx, but just claiming that my source may have not been the most credible. But I'm pretty sure he had a knife. Now, I don't know about the rumor that he was going into his car for a gun, but I bring all of this stuff up not to shit talk these guys who died, to point out that there's a pattern of criminal breaks law, criminal has issue with police, criminal dies, society riots, important details then are revealed, and this guy who was killed was justified, they did it themselves, whatever, so let's get to today's unfortunate story. Minneapolis stores looted as mayhem erupts following gunman's suicide. Just when we need more riots in Minnesota, A suspected gunman fatally shot himself Wednesday as Minneapolis police were moving in to arrest him for a slaying committed hours earlier, sparking looting in the downtown area, police told Fox News. The man was with a female at a parking garage around 2 p.m. when they encountered another man, Minneapolis police spokesman John Elder said. The couple got into a confrontation with the man, who was fatally shot by the man who was with the woman. The couple fled on foot, but the woman was taken into custody by police a short time later. Authorities searched for the suspected gunman and found him just after 6 p.m. in the Nicollet Mall area, a shopping and dining district in the downtown area. As officers approached, he produced a handgun and shot himself, Elder told Fox News. Surveillance footage of the shooting showed the man shooting himself near a group of people. Yeah, you see what YouTube does if I show you the videos. They take mine down. Officers did not open fire, he said. Looting inside downtown businesses occurred after the shooting, Elder said, but no details were available. Officers were beginning to make arrests, he said. Videos posted at social media appeared to show people smashing windows and breaking into businesses to steal merchandise. Mayor Jacob Fry pleaded with everyone to go home during a news conference. He imposed an immediate curfew and requested assistance from the National Guard. What we're calling for right now is peace, he said. This destruction and property damage just takes away from the underlying goal. Police Chief Madaria Arradondo dispelled misinformation that his officers were involved in the suicide death, saying it was not officer-related. I will not allow to add more trauma to a city that's still grieving from May 25th, referring to the death of George Floyd, whose death while in Minneapolis police custody sparked ongoing nationwide protests and riots. He said one officer was injured, but not seriously. So you guys get my point here. George Floyd was a piece of work. He OD'd, and they rioted and burned stuff. Rayshard Brooks was a piece of work. He tried to shoot a cop in the face with his own taser. He kind of got perforated. Jacob Blake is a rapist. They're rioting to defend these people. They're burning down your stores, marching through your neighborhoods, terrifying your children, destroying your property to defend some rapist, some killer, some guy who likes to try and fight cops. Like, these are your heroes? These are your martyrs? This is your values that you would fight and die for? This guy shoots and kills people. Then he runs away when the cops show up to get him. He shoots himself. They're burning down Minneapolis again. It's just an excuse. You can either be humans, you can be hyenas. Doesn't matter if you got 3 legs or you come in a purple skin tone. That shit's ridiculous, people. Cut it out. You realize that by upholding some piece of shit scumbag, that's you telling society you think you're lower than them. Well, let's all pretend like our opinions matter. Leave that shit in the comments below. And remember, this is social media, so do all the things.